Yo, what's going on, ladies and gents? My name is Arbuckle. Welcome back to another video. Today we are once again back on the Black Ops Cold War beta, and I wanted to share with you guys the best class setup for the brand new XM4 assault rifle. I'll be honest with you guys, I think this might be my least favorite assault rifle in the beta so far, but I've used this thing a ton. I just finished maxing it out, and I wanted to share with you guys what I think are the best attachments to run on this. Obviously, there are a ton of attachments to choose from based on your different play styles, but I want to share with you what I found to be the best out of everything you can possibly run and what I managed to take players out with pretty quick. So what you're watching right now is just some gameplay demonstrating what this specific class setup is going to play like, so you guys can get an idea and a feel for this weapon before you throw on these attachments and use it for yourself. So hopefully you guys can tell if this thing is worth using for you or not, but let's jump into the attachments. So if you guys take a look at the attachments that we're going to be using, the optic that we're using is the mill stop reflex. So the reason I'm running the mill stop, I kind of went back and forth between the microflex, which is essentially a mini reflex for those of you that play Modern Warfare, and the mill stop reflex. And the difference is with the microflex, you're only getting a 1.25 times zoom. With the mill stop, you're getting a 1.37. So it's a little bit better when it comes to distance, and it's almost the exact same thing. You guys can test this thing out for yourself. I've tried all of these optics out. Really, they're not that different in the first 4 or 5, and then the last 4 that you unlock are all basically holographic scopes or ACOG scopes that are not really worth using for this thing unless you're playing something like Warzone. But the mill stop reflex seemed to work the best for me, and I'm sure most of you guys will agree that this thing is really good. So the mill stop reflex is the optic that we're using. The muzzle that we're using is the infantry compensator. So I love this attachment out of all 5 of these options for the muzzle because we're getting a 12% boost to vertical recoil control. A lot of the other suppressors give you a bunch of cons or don't really give you that much of a boost to your recoil control. So the infantry compensator is great because you're getting that 12% boost. You're only sacrificing 8% of horizontal recoil control, which isn't as bad as the vertical with this weapon. So the XM4, again, the muzzle infantry compensator. The barrel that we're using is the 13-inch paratrooper. Now this is the last attachment that you're going to unlock for this weapon. I was grinding to unlock this because I knew this is what I wanted to use, and the main purpose for that is because you're getting a 100% boost to damage range, which is obviously going to be really important in this game. You want to be able to take players out as quickly as you can. I know they talk about increasing the time to kill in this game, and it really doesn't feel much different from Modern Warfare. I feel like players are dying really fast and I'm getting taken out really fast, so I want my damage range to be the best that it possibly can be. You're also getting a 40% boost to muzzle velocity. Now you're losing 4% sprint moving speed and aim movement speed, but I want to point out that you guys got to keep in mind with the ARs in this game. If you're going to use an AR, I'm assuming that you're playing a little bit more defensive. You're not going to be bum rushing spawn with an AR. If you want to do that, you could literally just use an MP5 or an Uzi. So we're going to go with the paratrooper for the barrel. Now the body that we're using is the SWAT 5MW laser. I like this out of all 4. Generally in Modern Warfare I use the 5MW anyways. You're getting a 40% boost to hipfire accuracy, which is obviously going to be great. If you do come across those really close quarters gunfight situations, it's kind of difficult with an AR to take those players out. So being able to have really good hipfire accuracy is going to help you win a lot more gunfights. So the SWAT 5MW laser. The underbarrel that we're using is the field agent grip. So this is going to give you a 6% boost to vertical recoil control and a 20% boost to horizontal recoil control, which as most of you guys know, we're focused on recoil with this class setup, so this is kind of a win-win. So the field agent grip is the underbarrel that we're using. The magazine that we're using is the 40 round speed mag. So obviously we have a couple different options with the 40 round mag. We've got the 50 round mag, the Vandal speed loader, but overall the 40 round speed mag is great. We're getting 4 pros, only 1 con here with magazine size obviously being boosted, our reload speed being boosted, which we don't get with some of the other options here. We're also getting starting ammo boost and ammo capacity boost, and the only thing we're losing is a 10% drop in aiming speed, which again, since we aren't bum rushing spawn, isn't going to make that big of a difference. So the 40 round speed mag is the best magazine to go with here. Now the handle that we're going to be using is the Task Force rear grip. Now you can go back and forth between this and the quick draw handle, whichever you prefer. With the quick draw you get a 10% boost to your aiming speed. With the Task Force you get a 25% boost. The only downside is you're losing a 10% boost to sprint out speed, which again isn't going to be that important with this weapon since we aren't bum rushing spawn. So personally I think the Task Force rear grip grip takes over the quick draw handle. But if you want to try this thing out, you can test it out for yourself and get that experience. Just my experience from using this weapon over and over and over again, spending so much time trying to level it up, I found the Task Force rear grip to be a much more useful attachment. So that's the handle that we're using. And last but not least, we're going with the tactical stock as our stock. This is going to give you a 20% boost to aiming move speed. Out of the other options, you're just getting small boosts to things that I don't really care too much about. You can get a 5% slide boost with the Duster stock. You can get a 15% sprint out speed with the Wire stock. I'm not really that focused on movement though with this class because we are playing a little bit more defensive. So I found it more useful to use the tactical stock to just get the aiming move speed to get an increase. So that's the stock that we're going to be using. But I'll give you guys one last look at all the attachments that we're using for those of you that want to try this class setup out. It is really good. It's a lot of fun to use. Again, not my favorite AR in the game, but this class will do really well. So if you guys have any questions or anything else to add about this specific class setup, I do want to make sure that I point out before I end the video that you obviously need to be running Gunfighter as your wild card. We're running with all the attachments here. We're trying to make these weapons the best that we can possibly make them. So make sure that you do have on that Gunfighter wild card if you have it unlocked. But again, if you have any questions, leave a comment down below. I'll be sure to get back to you as quickly as I can. But I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see all you guys in the next video.